Hello everyone, welcome to Data Chronicles. Let's solve a couple of easy interview questions asked in Apple, and we'll solve this question using my SQL. So the first question is unique users per client per month. Write a query that returns the number of unique users per client for each month. Assume all events occur within the same year, so only month needs to be in the output as a number from 1 to 12. Okay, so we are given the data of 1 year and we want to know the number of unique users per client for each month. So we have this table and per client, so the client ID will be the client column, and we need to identify the number of unique users, and for that we'll use user ID, its count, and for month we'll use the time ID. Let's check the table structure once. Yeah, so we can retrieve the month from time ID. So let's get started. Select. So the first column would be month of the year. So month time ID as month year, and then client ID, and then count, distinct user ID as unique user count from fact underscore events group by 1 comma 2. And do we need to specify them in any order? So let's order by month, order by 1, 2, and then maybe 3 as well. Okay, so let's run the code. And yeah, so it was pretty easy question. So let's move on to the next one. Active users per platform. For each platform, calculate the number of users, count the number of distinct users per platform, regardless of whether they used other platforms or not. Output the number of platform with corresponding number of users. Okay, so we have this particular table, and this is the platform, and we need to identify the number of users for each platform. Okay, and the number has to be distinct users. So what we'll do is select platform count distinct user ID as unique user count per platform from user sessions group by 1, order by maybe 2, yeah, and then 1. Okay, so let's run the code and let's check if, yeah, so the solution works. Let's move to the next question. Primary key violation. Write a query to return all customers who are violating primary key constraints in the customer dimension. That is, those customers who are present more than once in the customer dimension. For example, if customer ID C123 is present thrice, then the query should return two columns. Value in first should be C123, and while the value in second should be 3. Okay, so basically we need to identify, for example, this particular table has customer ID as the unique, like as the primary key, and primary key violation means that particular ID will have a duplicate value in the same table. So we'll do select customer ID and then count star as CNT from dim underscore customer group by 1. And we only need to identify rows that are violating the primary key constraints. So we'll put a condition having count star as greater than 1. Okay, so let's run the code. And yeah, so the solution works. And let's go to the next one. Find the date with the highest opening stock price. Find the date when Apple's opening stock price reached its maximum. Okay. Mm, Apple's opening stock. Okay, so this would be the opening stock. Okay, so we need to identify the date. Okay, so select, it's pretty easy question. Select date from, we'll just copy this, where open would be select max open from the same table. Okay. Yeah, so the solution works. Let's go to the next one. Count the number of accounts used for logins in 2016. How many accounts have performed a login in the year 2016? This is the question. Okay. So account ID and the login date. Okay. Okay, so we basically need to identify in the year 2016 how many accounts have a login date. So what we could do is select um, count. I believe it should be distinct because you want to know how many accounts have logged in. Okay, from product logins. Yeah, where year would be 2016. 2016. And yeah, I think this should work. Let's see. Just rename it as CNT. Okay. Yeah, so the solution works. Let's go to the next one. MacBook Pro user event count. Okay. Count the number of user events performed by MacBook Pro users. Output the result along with the event name. Sort the result based on the event count in the descending order. Okay, so this is the table we have. So the device has to be MacBook Pro, and we just need to get the count of um, event name and event count. Okay, so the event name is this one, and count would be maybe the number of rows for that event. So let's select event name count star CNT from the table name is playbook underscore events, where the device has to be MacBook Pro. Yeah, where device is equal to MacBook Pro, and we need to order it in descending by the count. Okay. Let's run the code. No, we'll have to do a group by. I missed that. Group by one. Yeah. Yeah, so the solution works. Let's go to the next one. Total employees in each department. Find the number of employees in each department. Output the department name along with the corresponding number of employees. That's pretty much basic. Okay. So select department count of worker ID as employee count from worker group by one. Yep. Mm, yeah, so this should work, I guess. Yeah. So next, let's go to the last one, customer details. Find the details of each customer regardless of whether the customer made an order. Put the customer's first name, last name, and the city along with the order details. Sort records based on the customer's first name and the order details in ascending order. Okay, so we have two tables, customers and orders, and we should do a left join because we want detail of each customer, whether it has whether the customer has made an order or not. So select mm, the columns are customer first name, last name, right? Select first name, um, last name, city, again city, and order details. Order details from customer, customers, see join, orders. No, we have to do a left join. So left join orders O on c dot id is equal to orders dot cost id. And we need to sort it by customer's first name, one, and then with the order details. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So this should work actually. Yeah. So we have solved a couple of interview questions asked in Apple. These were very easy and basic questions. So for more videos like this, do consider subscribing. Thank you.